So many freaking brokers out there. How the heck do you choose one? I'm going to give you the 3 questions that you need to ask yourself. So many brokers. How do you choose which one you should use? Did that rhyme? Maybe it did. Anyways, let's talk about it. But before we even get to those questions that I already outlined, the first thing here is that it's got to be online. And this is not even really my opinion. That's a fact. Unless you just watching your money blow away in the wind, then yeah, you got to use an online broker, because if you're calling in orders, that you have to pay a lot more. I'll just leave it at that. So just understand that you want to use an online broker, and it needs to be, a retail broker. What do I mean by that? Well, don't go into your local bank of some, so Huntington Bank, Fifth Third Bank, just many of those small little regional banks that maybe you just have on the corner of Main Street downtown. Don't use those. They are not set up. They may have an online platform, but those fees are going to be crazy. And really, if you're unsure, should I be using this one or shouldn't I just look at the fees. Ask the people, hey, what do you charge? And if it's like, oh, we charge, $40 to buy, $40 to sell, that's a sign that it's either not an online one or it's just a small regional bank. So that's kind of the first broad context that you need to understand. Question number 1, though. Involved. That's not how you spell it. There's a V right there. There you go. What are you going to get involved in? Are you looking to trade stocks? Do you want to trade options? Do you want to trade currencies, aka Forex? Do you want to trade futures? Because that is going to determine, well, what sort of broker you should be looking at. Some brokers are better than others. Some brokers only do certain things. Many times, a Forex broker is only going to allow you to trade currencies. It's not going to allow you to trade options and bonds and all that other stuff. It's just going to be currency. So that is the very first question. What do I want to get involved with? If you have no idea what you want to get involved with, then guess what? You're not even ready for a broker yet, because you got to know that in order to figure out what broker you're going to use. The second thing, how active are you going to be? Are you going to be just trading like 3 times a week? Are you going to be trading 3 times a day? Are you going to be trading 3 times a month? That all is going to determine what sort of broker you should be looking for. I mean, if you're going to be just trading, let's just say 3 times a week or 3 times a month, then pretty much you can go with any of the big name brokers out there. It's not going to matter. Sure, those commissions are a little bit higher, but you're not trading that much anyways. So, I mean, who really cares? You're by no means a day trader or some sort of super active trader. So, in that case, if you're not going to be very active, then go choose whoever you want, because those fees are not going to add up against you. However, if you're sitting there saying 3 trades a day, what are you talking about, Clay? I want to be doing at least 5, 6, 7 trades a day. Then you, my friend, are telling me I want to be a day trader. So with that, you're going to want to look into what's called a direct access broker. And direct access brokers are ones that are geared towards very active traders. They're going to have much more friendly pricing structures that are geared around, usually per share, sometimes per trade. But you need direct access if you're going to be very active, because if you want to be a day trader and then you go and use, like an E-Trade or a Scottrade or a TD Ameritrade, those fees are just going to, you're going to have a big old mountain of fees that really start to add up in a very quick amount of time. And then third, I don't remember what third is. That whole time I was trying to rack my brain. What is number 3? Oh, yeah. So what do you want me to do? Just pick up?
Yeah, act like you're finishing to write.
Ready?
You said and third.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
How much? How much what? Well, how much money? Again, this is going to dictate what brokers you're even able to use. If you're just showing up to the party with $100, some brokers are going to say, nah, we have minimums here. And I'm not going to go into who has what, because ideally this video is going to be sitting here for the next multiple years, and brokers change. But just understand that you're going to have to figure out, well, do people have minimums? What exactly is going on with each and every broker, because some brokers you can open it up with no account minimum at all. Other brokers are going to require certain amounts of money in order to even, be able to use them. A lot of the direct access brokers fit under that. Do not go find a direct access broker and think that $500 is going to be enough for you to open up an account, because $500 really isn't enough to necessarily day trade with, although that can be kind of argued. But as far as the broker is concerned, direct access, only having $500, usually you're going to need more than that. So that's the next thing, is how much money am I going to have? But you know what? If you don't have enough money, that's okay. There's a such thing as part-time jobs. There's a such thing as cutting expenses out of your budget to create more money for yourself, to get you up to maybe those minimums that you may need. So just because a broker may not accept you right now, hey, use that as motivation to get up to whatever those numbers are, so that you can actually use them as a broker. But I want to really stress this. Not having enough to get the broker that you need is not an excuse to just go burn money by paying higher commissions. Well, I only have $500 and I can't use that direct access broker, so I'm going to go use some broker that an investor or a swing trader should use, and I guess I'm just stuck paying those high commissions. That is the attitude of poor people. That is the attitude of going backwards, pushing the boulder up the mountain as you go. Show some patience, show some fortitude, go pick up a job, do what you need to do to get your account back up there. But just sitting there settling, well, I guess I got to use that because I don't have enough money. So I need to go with my already small account, and now I need to pay high commissions. Small account, high commissions, not a good combination. And I'm harping on that. I'm getting a little animated about that because I see it happen all the time, because it's just a pure lack of patience. So again, if you don't have enough, that's not an excuse to take a small account and then go pay high commissions with it. Now, a few other things for international people. I mean, if you are outside of the United States and you want to trade U.S. stocks, then I am going to name a specific broker here. I would start with Interactive Brokers. They are direct access. So will they take you? I don't know, but that's always the broker that I start with for the international people, because they do serve so many different people. But maybe there's a broker in your exact country that will serve USA stocks. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what country you're in. You still got to go through these steps, because if you want to trade, I don't know, Somalian Forex, then you're going to probably need and look at brokers in Somalia, So, but it's all just the key broad questions here can be applied to any country, any market, and that's going to kind of keep you on the right path. So that is how you choose a broker. You got to ask yourself those questions. And the best example of that is, Clay, I don't even know what I want to trade. Well, take that as a sign you're not even ready for this part of the journey. Way too many think that broker is like the first thing you do. But if you don't even know what you're going to trade, how do you know what broker you should use? Because what happens a lot, okay, I'm going to sign up for that broker because that's the first step. And then all of a sudden, well, I guess I'm going to trade options. And then that broker they sign up for has nasty, nasty option commissions. And it's like, well, this broker isn't actually set up for options. And then you got to go back and find new brokers, transfer accounts, and it's just a massive headache. So do your homework right, do it in this order, and you're going to save yourself a lot of headache and put yourself with a broker that you should be with. Any sort of questions, comments, leave those below. I really like doing these kind of 101 training videos, as I've been getting good feedback, helping people out. So if you are like super new to the market and there's some other concepts and ideas that maybe you're not sure of, then by all means, let me know. Also, if you want to see this in a blog post fashion, I will put this to a link, or I will link to that article in the description box below. I've talked about this before, but just in, like I said, article format. So if maybe I went through things a little fast, you can click on that link and see the article in all of its beauty. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you back for the next video.